We all go a little mad. Get you.
All right, hello and welcome to the Horror Hour, the place where we discuss, debate, and disagree on all things for this episode, Dragula. I'm one of the hosts here, Utaka. Hello, and I'm joined with my favorite, Liam. I forgot your name, Liam.
Hey.
And I'm really excited. So our special guest is one of St. Luce's very own Chloeiscuriosity.
Hello.
This is so much fun. And so, yeah, today we're going to talk about episode 5, which was the Ghost Ship Glamour episode. And we'll talk about the looks. We'll talk a little bit about the drama because things kind of got they popped off. But also some of it was kind of funny and I think well placed. But so we'll just start with, and we should also go ahead and just talk about the Fright feat, which was finding a key.
Yeah.
How do we all feel about that? I know this was filming during COVID, but I was still like, okay, you could have eaten bugs.
They could hid things.
Well, they did. They hid a key.
Sorry, no. They could have hid disgusting things, is what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Ew, so they had to find
it. And make them root about in it.
Ew. Yeah, it is weird because they call it Fright feat, so you would think it would be the challenges would be a little spookier, but
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It was humorous though to also watch them really go around the boudoir and really look for it. And well, of course, the winner was Jade Jolie.
Yeah,
they found the key, and we got to watch them do a bit of psychic reading. I'm not sure if that really, good for them.
Is that what we're calling that?
Yes, sure. It was. Okay. I loved it. It was adorable.
It was good TV. It was funny.
It was. Yeah, I did still enjoy it. I laughed. I really liked it. So then I guess
what's that? What's it called? Improv. It was intro to improv.
Yes.
Intro to improv. Oh.
And whenever Zavaleta at the end, whenever she said that one joke, that was the funniest part to me.
Oh my God. Zavaleta is just Liam and I totally misjudged Zavaleta because they are hilarious and they're just super delight.
I have to say I misjudged them too because at first I was the first episode I was like, dang it, just it was seeming like they were so mean, but now after watching I'm like they kind of are I don't know, in some situations have kind of fixed it a little or I don't know,
they've softened but
helped. Yeah,
I love that Zava's what you get, what you see is what you get, and right.
They're real.
I love that. That's probably one of my favorite things. So we'll just get into.
If you want to know more on Les Zavaleta, go check out our interview with them.
Oh, love that.
Look at me.
Way to plug, Liam.
Thank you.
I'm terrible about that stuff. Oh yeah, comment, subscribe. Well, we'll get to that. Like I said, we're fun here. So we'll start with the looks then. The first one is Sigourney Beaver's look. And what does everybody think of her look?
I loved it.
Same.
I think it's really, I mean, it's not anything super exciting. I mean, it's very Sigourney, but I loved it. I thought, and it seemed like she performed really well. I wish we got to see more of the performances.
Agreed.
But overall, I loved it. I thought she looked amazing. Really gorgeous.
Yeah. It really did hit the nail on the head. in terms of what they were asking for, which was the ghostly glamour.
Right.
It was like when she explained her concept backstage, you got the concept when she came out. I liked the bands keeping a cape on as well. So yeah, I understood why she won, because it wasn't just it was the look was the ghostly glamour. She then really did do a good performance, so
like the concept.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, you got the concept and it was fully realized.
Yeah,
I thought stunning, and like you said, yes, classic Sigourney, but I still it would, when Sigourney comes out, it's perfection in a sense. They truly, like, I loved it, and I agree. I wish the editing with the performances this week, I was bummed because I was hoping to see more of them, because I like the song, but I really
wish it had been a floor show into the song.
Yeah,
which, by the way, is Wicked Love. And it's, available to download on all that streaming stuff. And I'll put that down there, even though the bullies probably don't watch this, but that's okay. But yeah, I thought I really enjoyed her performance. Up next is the winner of the Fright feat, Jade Jolie. And I'll kick it off by saying it was pretty. I liked it, but it still feels like we've just seen Jade, and I was hoping to see just a little bit more, even though I think they look stunning, but I feel like I've seen them in that type of wig, that type of style, and even, I don't know, I feel bad saying that, but I was hoping for more.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I thought it was pretty, but it was kind of just like glamorous with then like the little like wart things put on, and like that was really like the only, I guess they were like polyps or whatever, like the ocean,
the barnacles,
like but yeah, I don't know, I wasn't really getting like the ghostly vibe from it. Like, I don't know, it was kind of spooky and it was pretty, but I wasn't getting like the vibe of the challenge for it.
Yeah,
but yeah, I can definitely see like it kind of a little bit seen it before with her, but still gorgeous.
I enjoyed it. I liked it. I thought it hit the challenge.
What? Wow.
I thought it hit the challenge. It was ghostly. It was cruise ship ghostly glamour. And she looked like a lounge singer. She had the Marcel waves. She had the barnacles from where she'd went in the ocean and obviously drowned horribly. She was pale with blue contour because she'd obviously drowned. So yeah, I liked it. Okay. I enjoyed it. I got the concept.
All right. We haven't disagreed before. This is good.
I have.
Have we?
Yeah. With Hoso's Wild Wild West one.
We did. Which leads
I was fully living for that concept and you didn't get it.
Which leads us to our next to our our next one.
I don't feel like we're going to disagree on this one.
Yes. Hoso, Terra, Toma. Well, first off, I'm biased, as I always say, because she's Asian. I love her, or I love them. And I felt bad because you could tell that Hoso thought it was glamour. And they stood by that, which I respect, but I did not get glamour out of that. I thought it was unique, and but I didn't get glamour.
I'm sorry, but I just didn't like the dress at all. But I really like Hoso, and I actually I really want them to win, but I did not like this week. I didn't get the glamour aspect from it. But I really like Hoso, so I feel bad saying that. But I just didn't really, I don't know, I wasn't seeing the headpiece thing.
That's
It
I
looked
don't know.
like a bit of Pikmin. That like little plant thing.
Oh yeah,
that,
the
like,
Pikmin,
runs-
that
Okay.
game. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
She
okay.
it looked like that.
Yeah.
Well, and I did appreciate where the Boulay brothers, had mentioned that they weren't sure if there was maybe a cultural reference that they weren't understanding,
Yeah.
And so I really appreciate that, and I love that Hoso was very passionate about that look, but I wasn't feeling it.
It was a little funny though to me because just like it was kind of funny in that like she thought it was so, or they thought it was so glamorous. So it was kind of like a little just like, oh, well, I mean, this is glamorous to me, but I mean, that's kind of like, I love that for them,
I do too.
Yeah.
The performance-wise, I wish the editing for this episode, I was really bummed. I wanted to see, it would have been nice, like Liam, like you said, like an individual floor show so we could see them do their movements, and maybe it would have been more realized. I still think I would have felt the same about the look, but maybe the performance I would have, I would have enjoyed a little bit more. Sadly, I don't remember much of theirs.
I agree. I feel like maybe if we got to see the performance more, maybe we would have understood the story more,
Mhm.
and then it would have made more sense.
Yeah, because it seemed really strange because it went from them being Pikmin, to then all of a sudden they had no clothes on and they were ripping a net off their body.
Yeah.
I did, and that's why I was just like, what happened? Did I miss
But that
something?
was like fully down to editing. Clearly there was
Yeah.
like a storyline involved in this.
Right. And they even mentioned, the Boulets mentioned like that they appreciated the storyline or something like that. So I'm sure there was a big story with it that we just didn't fully get.
Yeah.
Strange.
And this next person, Bitter Betty, I didn't mind the look, actually. The performance was actually good, except you could tell they didn't know some of the words. But kind of same thing that happened with Zava in the first episode. When you got a prop or a gag, you make sure it's going to work, or else it's going to really, really stand out. And it kind of stood out.
Yeah. It was kind of like awkward whenever she was like ripping the
Mhm.
pearl. But I didn't mind the look. I almost kind of like the look a little bit better than Jade's. But I have to say that, yeah, like, I mean, I don't know, like with all the drama and stuff, like, I don't know. I was fine with how like the episode turned out and everything,
Mhm.
but yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't have more to say about that.
I really actually, like I said, I didn't mind Betty's look. I think there was a story there as well that you could still get
It was
more.
the same as Jade's.
Yeah, I think it was very similar.
But if we're gonna say the two looks, I really would say I preferred Betty's over Jade's. And
I think it was like the dress and stuff. It looked, I don't know, it was a little more ghostly glamour to me, but that's just my opinion.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
No, I do agree. I do agree. Like looks wise, Betty's. It was the same story, but Betty's was better.
Yeah.
Whereas then Jade, well, trying to think of
But
Jade's
I do
performance,
wonder.
but,
I wonder how it would have played out if Jade hadn't used the key against her.
I think it would have been Jade in the bottom three and not
Do you
Betty.
think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I fully was feeling that. Yeah, we'll talk about that, but yes.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. But that's, I completely, yeah, I don't think Betty would have been in the bottom. I think she would have
Betty would have. I think she would have had it tell enough.
Yeah.
I think it would have been like, you should have done better, but go on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the next performer is La Zavaleta. And while I loved this look, the performance was like they had mentioned, it was their performance didn't go with the song. It was too, I wouldn't say manic because they weren't that fast, but it was more fast paced than the actual pacing of the song. So it felt a little off, but I loved that. That was glamour. I really loved that look.
I really have been loving Zavaleta's looks. Like, and this one was definitely I really loved it. And I was kind of surprised a little, but I guess with the performance, I get maybe that's why they're in the bottom. But yeah, I did really enjoy the look. But I do agree with the performance was a bit much. Like, it was just, she was performing a little too fast paced.
And I mean, Zava's a performer, but I don't think they understood the song, I guess is what it feels like, if that makes sense. Again,
though, I wonder just like if I wish I could watch the whole number because I wonder if it would have made more sense, you know, if you saw it in person.
That's true.
Yeah. No, I agree with you too, though, on the look. The look to me, full glamour. The material that she used for the dress, beautiful. I love the finger wave hair. I'm always a sucker for a finger wave, so I appreciated that. But yeah, I didn't get the.
I don't think it was. I think that was a little bit more graceful than yours, Liam. But...
Well, I mean, it was an interpretation by someone that can't dance, so.
And I always love Sava's makeup.
Yeah, always beautiful.
It always looks so good.
I was laughing so hard though when her and Bitter Betty had that little moment with her eyes. I was like, oh damn, you guys really let the couldn't let her finish.
That cracked me up too. She just had like the high eyebrow.
It did her dirty. But she was a trooper about that. And so again, one thing that we told Zava, great TV. I mean, just and it's funny because in the beginning, like I still miss Mary Cherry because their confessionals were hysterical. But I have to admit, like Zava's kind of come into that role in terms of like taking up and just also being a ham at times. I love it. I really do. But they've been
really funny.
Yes,
I love it.
Gosh, I mean, they'll read you to filth, but funny.
Right, it's so funny though.
All right, and well, our next performer is the one that I'm just gonna be honest, I lust after. Sorry, but it's Dahli.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and I loved. It was interesting because a lot of everyone's looks were, very blue or those cool tones, but I loved Dahli's approach and that porthole that changed colors. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to say it was my favorite because I still loved it because I really think Sigourney nailed this week's, but Dahli's was like right up there because it was so unique. And the performance it's good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the look. I thought it was really good. And I loved the little mustache and just everything. I thought it was a really good look. And I'm just living for Dahli this season. I'm really excited that they're back. So loving it.
Yeah, you just
Definitely though.
There's no words, is there? It's just hey.
Hey.
You let me know how that works out, Liam. I also have really, they're hysterical as well because I really enjoyed the way they edited that Cauldron moment where we're like, let's see how we got here. I'm going, oh my God, that's great. That's camp I was
And I love that they're just kind of like over the drama. You know what I mean? Like they're not really involved, but they like know what's going on, but like just kind of over it. Like I just love that.
I've just really, because it was both times as well. It was like when there was the little bit of drama in the boudoir, and then there was the drama in the cauldron. Both times it was just Dahli taking Hoso to the side. It's fine. We'll just have a chat.
Yeah.
Like they can do what they need to do.
Right.
I just really I appreciated that because it was like, because I found that a little bit more entertaining than some of the arguing, because I just found it so funny that they were like, yeah.
Yeah.
So Fangoria, like
yeah.
Love it. And then our final our final performer, I really also enjoyed this look, Saint. I thought this was incredibly creative. I just enjoyed it. Again, I loved the attention to detail that they took with, I forgot how they like this, or the fast stoning, or I forgot what you called it, or they called it
pearls.
Oh yeah, I can't
like
remember.
Fake pearls.
But like, you know, I really,
where they just throw the beads on there with the glue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the term for it, but I know.
But it was, I loved it was a fully like realized look. I got what they were saying, and I really enjoyed the performance. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I loved just the look was really, I keep saying I really loved it, but
me too. But this was a good week. I really did like a lot of the looks. So
this was, you know, I was thinking if they didn't do the, well, with the key, if they would have had a bottom three, I don't know. Like all the looks were really, for the most part, they were great. They really, well, for the most part, they were great. I love you, Hoso, but I didn't connect with that look. Yeah.
But I liked Saints, but I kind of agreed with the one judge that said about the hair. It was kind of a little bit too in the face. But other than that, I really did enjoy it. And I loved like the wet kind of look of it. And again, how you mentioned like the beads and all that looked really nice. And like, it just added to like that wet look that they were going for.
And I love, you know, that's one of my favorite things when they can give that look, because at least it doesn't look easy to pull off, because it can, I don't know, I'm thinking
it can easily look a mess.
Yeah. And I think with this challenge, it was a great idea. But I guess maybe
it looked good. Yeah,
they couldn't see the performance, which makes sense if you know you can't see part of the face. But I still, yeah. And I also loved the guest judges. Hodor, oh my goodness. No Game of Thrones fans
I'll
here?
start crying again.
Oh yeah. And then also I actually follow him on Twitter, and he can be the best kind of mess ever. And that's Phil Noble, because he will read people to filth. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's amazing, actually. And yeah, I was happy to see him.
Love that. I didn't know either of them, just because I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I know.
That's all right. The last 2 seasons sucked ass. I mean, come on, Liam. You can't defend that.
The last episode of the last season sucked ass, but let's not go down the rabbit hole of ridiculousness.
Okay.
The other show.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I loved seeing those 2 guest judges. Actually, been loving the guest judges this season in general. They've done a really good job.
Who's seen that coming?
Yeah, they've had some really good judges.
I wasn't expecting Vanessa Hudgens to be good. I know it sounds terrible, but like
nobody was.
it was such a pleasant surprise, and they were funny, and they were
I
They
think
knew what
because
they were doing.
whenever they were on Drag
Drag
Race, it was kind of like, I don't know, like awkward a little. So
it really was. So this film, who would have thought this would be the better of of the shows for them to judge on, and they were really good. But with that being said, so we have Jade, who put Bitter Betty in the bottom, which now I'm thinking about it, if Jade would have saved herself, I guess
Betty
it
would have
still would
still
have
been
been
in the bottom.
yeah, it probably would have
Yeah.
still worked out the same way.
I just
The only way is if somebody else would have found that dinky.
I hate to say, yeah, I truly, if they didn't have that, I would really, I don't, yeah. When I think of the bottom three, I wouldn't have put Betty there. Sadly, I would have put Jade. I would have put Hoso. I don't know about Zavaleta, but when I look at everyone, this is a hard week because everyone, yeah.
I feel like I might have picked the bottom three that were there.
Really? What? Sorry.
Because yes, Betty's and Zavaleta's looks were better, but the performances weren't as good. And surely it's more about the performance than the look.
Yeah, and that's why, like, because I mean, obviously that was what it was with Zavaleta, because I feel like the look was good, but it had to have been, I guess, the performance that really threw it under, you know. And I guess,
to be fair, actually, no.
And Betty's was that too.
In the bottom.
What'd you say? Sorry,
I'm just saying I would have put Saint in the bottom of Zavaleta. I changed my mind as we were speaking.
I guess I could maybe see that, but I think I liked Saints more.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have put Saint in the bottom.
Because for Saint, the only thing was the hair to me. I just wish it was not as much in the face. But
yeah,
I didn't like the pant.
What?
I liked the hip part, but then from the hip part down, I didn't like the pant. And then I hated like
choices
this bit here.
No, I thought that it cracks me up every time you say pant. I thought the pants, I thought they looked fine, and I thought they actually went with the whole like it. I liked it. It was nice.
It looked like a stirrup.
I think that was kind of the. Now you're gonna have to make me go back and look at that. I still loved it. I actually, I had no issues with it. I think the main thing was really probably that, you know, the hair, and that you couldn't really see the performance as much as they would have liked. But I would not have put Saint in the bottom. You've had too much cold medicine, Liam. Sorry on that one. Nope. So then we have, our
just
winner.
high on night nurse. It's fine.
We have our winner, which I was really happy about. I know some of the contestants were not, or they didn't celebrate it, sadly.
Oh my
gosh. But Sigourney Beaver, and that was so well earned. I loved the look, and that performance, though, from what we saw, was they came to, like, I don't know, there was just something very haunting and moving about their performance that I really loved. And I still thought that look was classic Sigourney, but it was so perfect to the T.
Yeah. It was the challenge, and I thought she really brought it. And I love, like, she really seems like an amazing performer. I really wish I could go, like, I want to go see her perform live, because like, I just think she performs amazingly, and obviously the performance like brought it to the top. So I loved it.
Yeah, I agree all around. Definitely, like, wasn't even a question on who the winner should have been.
That's true.
And the people getting mad, it really was kind of just dumb to me, because I thought she definitely deserved it. So
I was really caught off by that. I'm guessing tensions were high. I don't know.
It was a lot.
like even still, I was just not even, I think maybe one or two maybe have congratulated her, but then they kind of, it was a backhanded congratulations, which was sad because she earned it. So in my eyes, yeah, I loved it. And yeah.
Yeah,
And
because
with,
I was sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was even just a little surprised by like Saint, because Saint was even kind of like a little like mean in the beginning, like about like a little, like I know that I think they were just hurt that they thought they were
Sure.
gonna win and that
Yeah.
they didn't win, but it was coming off a little hurtful. But then they were like, oh, like I'm sorry, like everybody's kind of ruining your moment. So I was like, at least they said that. But I was kind of like, it was hard to watch everybody being so mean to Sigourney.
It really was. I well, I was still love Hoso, but that caught me off guard because I don't think we've seen Hoso angry. And
it was weird.
I do respect that they're like, I gotta stop talking because I don't want to be. I was like, well, you recognize that, even though I was like, oh, you still said a couple of things, but I think they were also really beat down though by the critiques, and so still, I wanted everybody to really, and then of course. Well, actually, I did like when Jade and Zava were going at it because that cracked me up. I was like, "What is going on?" I don't know.
The part when they were like teenage girl like bickering, I was like dying.
I was living for it. I mean, again, there's one thing this season that has been the Cauldron this week was great, and again, as Liam said, Dahli just was over it. But still, all those little like comments, I was like, that's hilarious. I was like, yes, okay. Well, thank you for at least lightening this up.
Literally, I feel like Dahli's like the only one that hasn't gotten involved in this whole drama.
That's true.
Yeah, no, they haven't. Yeah. Literally everyone's now had a go.
Right? I feel like everybody's been arguing, but Dahli's kind of always just been chilling.
Oh wow!
And
they were really putting them through it then.
And so, well, our extermination challenge, I feel like we've seen this before as a main challenge. Was this the season 1 where they had to do a look outside? I feel like we've seen it, not that there's anything wrong with that. But I feel like that was a challenge at one point. And so the only thing I was like, I wanted to see the photos because
the
showed some.
Did they? Did I miss those?
Yeah.
So well, like they kind of showed them as they were snapping them.
Yeah. Like if there's one thing I did want to see is I just wanted to see their thought process on the extermination. That's like, okay, if they were judging all the photos that they took. And I know we could see, as they were doing, the performance. I mean, when I look at the bottom 3, I have to say that was a given.
To me, like I feel like you could just kind of tell by the way they were talking, like the way that the Boulets talked about Betty, that like that's just how it was maybe just gonna go no matter how the extermination went, because I didn't really feel like anybody did like worse than the other in the photos. Like they were all kind of falling and they were all kind of, you know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, like to me, it didn't really seem like Betty did like horrible compared to them. So, but I mean, I felt like that, it made sense.
It was their time.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was either their time or Jade's. And so it'll be interesting to see that progression. I mean, overall, this was a really fun episode, even with the drama side, because and if there's one thing I do want to say to not, for the people that do listen or watch us, thank you. We appreciate it. But seriously, stop with the hate against all the monsters, because we're better than that, people.
Yes, we are not the Drag Race fandom. Come on.
Yeah, you can have an opinion, but don't need to send it to them. So
yeah, after the year and a half that we've had, let's have some fun, okay?
That is fucked up. The fact that people would do that, like, what is wrong with you? It's a freaking TV show, people.
Yeah, just celebrate them, and if you can, go out and see them perform. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, but I will say overall, this was a great episode. I'm excited because I feel, well, after this episode, I still feel like I have the same, I don't know if they're going to do top four where I think they did. No, it still went down to a top three, but I think if I had to call it, I would still have, even though Hoso was in the bottom, I just think overall up to this point, their looks have been really unique, and just the way they paint their face is incredible. And I think Dahli will be up there, and I think Sigourney will. And if they do a top four, I think Saint will be there as well. But trying to choose from those, it'll be interesting to see how this progresses, because it is going to be.
It is a tough season.
Yeah, all of them have been really strong competitors. And you okay there, Liam? You just keep you engaged?
Oh, I was trying to figure out the same as you while you were talking, because I've got them written down from when you asked us to write them down.
I was like, rude, Liam. I was like, did you need a moment?
No, I was doing things in my head. But I have a slightly different top 40, if that helps.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, let's hear it.
I think Sigourney.
Yes.
Obviously. I also think Dahli. I think top 3 toss up between Hoso and Zav.
Okay.
But top 4, all of them. I think Saint's leaving at 5.
Oh, interesting.
I think Saint's getting in the head.
Yeah, I think maybe I still think they're gonna go pretty far, if not. Feel like they could take the crown too.
I feel like Saint will be in the top 4. I don't because the top 4 that you had mentioned, I think like that I could see any of them.
Because they are really, I mean, and that's not to say anything bad about the other competitors. I think those to me have really been like giving it their all. And I hope Saint doesn't get in their head, because they are truly talented. Like that's why I was bummed about Coco. And even when Coco realized that they were, I was just like, breaks my heart. And that's what
it was sad.
I think this has been the one season where I've just been, so far as people are going, I still get upset because this is just a strong cast. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I mean, and I could see Zavaleta making it to the end, because I mean, they have been surprising me a lot. So
that's actually true.
Yeah. So I'm definitely interested to see how it turns out, because I honestly have no clue who I think could win, because there's so many people that I think could win. So
and I will say, this still shocks me. It can easily just take one challenge to throw you out, because I did not see Astrid going out episode 2 after winning the very first episode. That blew me away.
I will say I wasn't sad whenever. I'm sorry, but no, but it was the drama, again.
It was, yeah.
But
But I didn't see that coming. That was
it was definitely a shock. I definitely didn't think that they were going to go home so early.
I really do. I just love this season.
But the Boulets love that. I think the Boulets love to just throw a shocker in there sometimes. So who knows what will happen next.
That's very true. So I can't wait to see. But with that is our show. And before we end it, though, I'd like to say once again, thank you to Chloe. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was so much fun.
I had a blast, since Liam just sitting there.
I definitely had a blast.
Just happy.
I know you are, Liam. But I would like to say, is there anything that any upcoming shows or anything that you'd like to plug?
Well, I do have a monthly show called Bimbovision at the Crack Fox if you're in St. Louis. Our next show is actually this Saturday, so I don't know if this will be posted before that or not. Mm-hmm. But okay, so if you're in St. Louis and want to come out to the Crack Fox this Saturday, You can check out my Instagram. The flyer will be posted and you can buy the link will be in my bio for tickets. So love that. And
I'll put the link as well. But yeah, absolutely. So but yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh no, this has been a blast. And to everybody, just make sure to, comment down below. Let us know your picks because I'm also curious. And be nice in the comments because I know there's actually a couple comments I need to erase from the last video. Fuckers are rude, some of you.
Oh.
But yeah, let us know and stop, Liam. And have a great one. I don't know how to end this one. Let me start this over. I'm keeping most of this in. Actually, I'll just keep it all in because we like to be a mess. So yeah, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you're informed every time we drop a video because it's very haphazard because we don't know when we get to interview people or do what. So yeah, it's fun. We're just here to entertain, really. And
And we love that.
So thanks everyone.
Bye. Goodbye.
Bye.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour. See you next time.